Hello everyone, my name is Diamond. I am the owner of Beauty by Diamond and I am a licensed esthetician and a lash business strategist. It is so nice to meet all of you on this new revised version of my channel where I'll be hosting all of my podcast episodes now. And I'm just so excited to bring you guys along on this journey with me. I plan on using my YouTube channel this year more as documenting and journaling as I learn and grow, so that anyone who's in the same position as me or as I was in before, they're able to grow alongside of me and see the real side of, you know, a beauty business or any business, you know, just as a woman and as a young woman who's growing and learning and trying to figure everything out. So hopefully this gives you some clarity on your journey. So my goal for this channel, like I said, is to host all of my podcasts. My plan is to release 2 podcasts per week, and hopefully I can stay really consistent with that. And also my goal is to provide more long form content like this, where I'm sitting down and having a conversation with you and there's little to any edits or cuts, and it's more like live style. Okay, so also I'm gonna start my Instagram live, so if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us at Beauty by Diamond Inc. And you'll be able to see all of the podcasts filmed live and send in some questions that maybe I can answer as we go. So I'm just getting my live started, but I'm doing my first ever podcast episode where I am talking about becoming the best you in 2024. So I'm gonna just get right into it. This is the journey that I'm currently on in my lash business, especially with it being a new year. I know everyone is energized to do better or to start a business or to start, you know, something new, learn a new skill, whatever that may be. But when we're becoming the person that we want to become in 2024, I think the most important thing is to understand the formula. So the formula for becoming the person that you want to be in 2024, and this is the journey that I'm currently on, so you're able to see me go through it, is the opposite of what we're taught. And I feel like what we're originally taught is to kind of understand what you want. You want the AMG, you want the money, you want, you know what I mean? You kind of start off with, what do I want? How much does it cost? So I know that it costs $100,000. How can I start to earn $100,000? So what action steps do I need to take next? Right? And then at the end of the action steps that we take, and once we acquire the things, we think that we're going to become that person. So that's usually how that works, right? So that's the formula that we're given. But I've actually been testing this new formula that's been working so effectively for me, which is starting with becoming first. So understanding first who you want to become, becoming that person. And once you become that person, you kind of alter your brain to start to do the things that that person that you're becoming would do, to then acquire the things or the experiences that come along with it. With that being said, becoming is the first step, becoming that person, and then the actions and the things that we receive in return, or our goals, are more of an overflow of what we are becoming, or of who we are becoming. I don't know if you guys watch Powerhouse Women podcast, but that's the way that she put it, and I really resonated with it, because once you understand that the most important part in everything that you do is going to be becoming that person, then the overflow, and it's not just you're acquiring things, you're getting an actual overflow of the results of becoming that person. So when I say becoming that person, what I really mean is not just, you know, I want to be a successful businesswoman, I want to own a successful business, you know, I want to drive this type of car. Those are the things you want, and you get those things after you become the person, right? So what is that? The person that has this car that you're looking for, or that owns this business, what is her morning routine? What is her nighttime routine? You know, what does she dress like when she wakes up in the morning? What is the first thing that she does? Does she meditate, or does she hop right on Instagram and start, you know, responding to DMs? What does she look like? What does your ideal person look like? So in my opinion, for me, since I'm on this journey right now, I feel like the woman that I want to become is someone who gets up every day and she dresses, you know, she dresses very classy, and she gets in her nice car and she goes and grabs her coffee, and she can start off with a slow morning. She gets up, she's always done, she's always ready to network. She's always ready to, you know, make new connections. She never has to say, oh, I'm gonna have to miss this opportunity this time simply because I'm not prepared for it right now, or I didn't get up and get dressed. She doesn't wake up and she's not getting up and reacting to, I have to be to work at this time, or I have a client at this time. She's more so getting up and being proactive to her day versus getting up and having to run around and not have all the time in the morning to do her makeup with her Fenty, you know, makeup, and to put on her blazer and her expensive perfumes. She makes time for those things. So you have to figure out what that person looks like for you. And just with me doing that, I saw an increase in my revenue daily. I saw an increase in my energy every single day by simply deciding that I'm going to show up as a certain person every single day versus saying that I want these things and not knowing how to get it. If you start with self, it actually pushes you in the direction of doing the things that the person who acquired those things, or acquired those experiences, or acquire those feelings that you're looking for, or acquires that travel that you're looking for, it pushes you in that direction a little bit more. So the first step for anyone would be deciding what that person would look like for you. It's different for everyone. Does your person, you know, when she wakes up in the morning, is she going to the gym first? Is she starting off her day in prayer? Does she start off her day by, you know, waking up her children slowly and, you know, taking them outside and giving them a breath of fresh air? Or maybe she takes them to Starbucks in the morning time and they enjoy Starbucks before they start their day also. So I also want you to take a moment and, if you can, write down what that person looks like. What does her day look like? What does she dress like? What kind of hairstyles does she wear? You know what I mean? Does she wear dainty jewelry, or is she more of a chunky jewelry girl? Are her hairstyles sleek? Is she more artistic? Does she play with different colors and adventure into different styles and looks? Who is that person for you? So once you figure out that person, then you'll be able to take the action steps that you need to acquire the experiences, the connections, the things, or anything that you want in life once you start off with self. We always hear that everything starts with self, and I think that no one takes it as serious as you should. But in 2024, if you take the idea of, you know, everything starts with self very seriously, and you focus on becoming just for the first 30 days of the year, for your first 30 days whenever you see this podcast, on your 31st day, you'll notice the change in how you feel and how you handle different situations and the things that you're able to acquire and the goals that you're able to reach. You'll start to understand that. Okay, so here are 3 steps that you can take to move towards the person that you want to become in 2024. So step 1, like we said, was just understanding and really doing shadow work and understanding who is this person that you want to become. Write it down on a piece of paper, from everything from her makeup routine, what products is she using, what type of clothes does she wear, what type of car does she drive, you know, doing everything from top to bottom, trying to figure out what it is that this person that you're trying to become, what does she look like? So that's going to be step 1 to becoming the person that you want to become. And then step 2 is going to be figuring out your why. So once you map out this person, you have to ask yourself why you want to become this person. Because when your why isn't strong enough, you don't quite ever make that full transformation into that person. And so you'll notice that, like, you'll start with step 1 and then you'll move to step 2 and try to figure out your why. Once you figure out your why, you'll realize, okay, maybe I need to modify my step 1 a little bit. Maybe my why is because I want to take my family to the next level, and I want to be able to provide them with different things, or I want to be able to give this to my kids. Maybe your why is going to kind of affect who this person is. And so step 1 and 2 go hand in hand. So don't feel bad if you go to step 1 and you go to step 2 and you look at them, you feel like they're not the exact same yet, right? So what you want to do is, once you get to step 2 and you see that maybe they're not the exact same, you can go back to step 1 and really modify who this person is. And maybe her morning routine does start an hour earlier so she can cater to her family, so maybe starting with becoming that person first. What does she look like? Going to your why, and then making sure that they match, right? So then once everything matches and you know who you want to become, now first thing we go to is the solution. How do we get there? So the first step in becoming that person that you've defined and you found the why for is going to be figuring out what you can do today to start. So if what you can do today to start is going to be just simply going and buying some staple pieces. And I'm speaking about this from experience because I recently just decided on this character that I'm evolving into, and literally the first day that I decided I wanted to do it, I went to H&M and I bought me some blazers, and I already had some staple pieces. I was gifted a nice belt for Christmas, and so just grabbing things that fed the image of this woman that I wanted to become, right? So start off with, how does she dress, right? Maybe she's in athleisure all day because she's moving around, but it's cute and it's a matching set, and she smells great, and her every hair is in place, and her makeup is beautiful, but she's just in a two-piece, workout outfit, and it's so cute and it's matching. It always matches every single day. Her shoes are comfortable, so she's able to get around. It doesn't matter who that person is that you want to become. The first step to becoming that person is seeing what you can do tomorrow. And a lot of times you'll realize that these things are free. You don't need to, always go and start with the clothing. Maybe your person wakes up in the morning and meditate. That is free. That's free to invest in that time. Now, technically you do have to spend time, so that part isn't free, but it doesn't cost you any money. So you might have to give up an hour of sleep to be able to start your meditation off early in the morning time. Or if you want to go and work out in the morning, you might have to give up some sleep for it. But a lot of times moving in a direction of becoming the person that we want to become doesn't cost us anything, right? So even if you decide, my person likes to get up in the morning time and just clean up, and like to start off with a clean space, or maybe you have an extensive skincare routine that you like to do, or maybe just doing your makeup in the morning time and making sure that you've allotted time to be able to allow yourself to dress up and to feel good and spray on your expensive perfumes, and make sure that you've put on your expensive moisturizers and things like that. Sometimes it doesn't even cost us anything to step into that person. Only thing it's going to cost us most of the time is going to be time. And it's worth it, because once we step into the routines of this person, we start to realize that, like we said before, we receive that overflow of actions and results. So actions and results are an overflow, like we said before, of becoming the person that we want to become. So that is your 3 steps. First, figure out the person that you want to become. Write it down on a piece of paper. Be descriptive. Be as descriptive as you can be about this person that you want to become. Because remember, it's opposite of what we've learned. We've always learned, what do you want to acquire? What are the steps that you want, that you would have to take to get there? And then the third one would be that we just automatically, magically become this person that we want to become. But remember, we're learning today that we start off with, who do I want to become? We become that person first, and then the results of becoming that person are the actions that we take, because we are this person, and it's normal for us to get up and reach out to people, and it's normal for us to, you know, go out and make investments. It's normal for us to go out and put ourselves out there and communicate and market and network with people when you become that person. So we're going to become that person first. We're going to figure out our why. Make sure our why matches our person. It's okay to modify the person that you want to become. And then finally, we're going to figure out what actionable steps could I take today, tomorrow, and don't push it out too far. Today, tomorrow, the day after that. What steps can I start to take? Can I start waking up earlier? Can I start adding in time for meditation, or maybe for prayer, or maybe for manifestation? Can I start taking time out if I want to start focusing more on my family? Can I take more time out and, you know, maybe skip going out to eat with my friends today and spend some time with my parents? You know, what actionable steps can you take today or tomorrow to become the person that you want to become? So those are your 3 steps. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you everyone for joining who has joined me on the live. I really appreciate it. This was actually my first podcast episode. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Comment down below some things that you think you're dealing with in 2024. And let's start working together to become the person that we want to become, so that we can be in a position where it's not a task to take action steps, and it's not a task to reach our goals and earn the things that we want to, that we deserve to earn, you know, because we've already become that person. It's natural for us. It doesn't take, oh, now I've got to get out and I've got to go and network, and now I've got to get out of here and I've got to get dressed. No, that's what your character does every single day anyway. That's what the person that you want to become does every single day anyway, because that's who they are. So when you start off with who you are, it creates that overflow of actions and results. Once again, thank you so much for joining me on this first podcast ever. I promise over time it's gonna get better. So this was just very nerve-wracking for me, but I'm excited that I'm getting started and I'm taking you guys on this journey with me. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe so you don't miss the next podcast. And we can keep helping you evolve alongside myself in 2024.